So here I am in front of the camera. Hi everybody. Yes, I know I look like a scrub. Anyways, here's the behind the scenes explanation about the last two episodes. Episode 15, Heartbreak Warfare. This came fairly easily as I was writing it. I wrote it in the first setting. I came across the theme song fairly quickly. John Mayer was somehow in my iTunes, came across the song. It seemed to work really well with everything that was going on inside the episode. The overall theme with the relationships in the show coming to an impasse as far as where they were heading. I struggled a lot with Brian and Vanessa's scene. There's Kat over here, Aslan, as well as Paige's scene with Austin. Brian and Vanessa, because I wanted to show the conflict of both characters over their predicament, but also make it clear that Jake was still very proud of their current state of their relationship. Paige and Austin was pretty hard to write for me. It took me a good 2 hours to get the scene to my satisfaction because she killed and helped bury Ellie's body, and she didn't say anything about it for 4 years. Let Vanessa sit in prison for it. Yeah, she's not really fun to write. On the other hand, I didn't want her brother to come off as a complete jackass with her on the other hand. So, again, those are the two hardest scenes of episode 15 to write. Episode 16, Come Back Down, was easy for me to write for the most part. Picking a theme song for the episode, not so much. I literally just decided on Lifehouse's Come Back Down at 12 p.m. last night while editing the episode in Dreamweaver. So there you go with my musical brain and theme songs for each episode. Sometimes they come in the weirdest of places. Other theme song runners for the episode were Daughtry's What We Have Become, Linkin Park, Shadow of the Day, and Lifehouse again, Smoke and Mirrors. Overall, Came Back Down was chosen after much debate. The ending scene with Vanessa and Kate almost didn't make it in the episode. I felt it might be out of place, kind of with everything else that was going on. I just introduced Jamie O'Keefe and Mary McAllister into the cast. Brian had two very heavily handed scenes. Jake and Karen had a great scene involving Hannah and his predicament with Vanessa and Jessica about his feelings about the baby, about whether or not he still loved Vanessa, and I really wasn't sure if I should include the Vanessa and Kate fight. I'm really glad I did it. Thought it turned out really, really well for the episode. I made my husband and Chris Coleman, who writes Aztec Springs, and we worked really closely a lot together most of the time to do episodes and really coordinate the crossover we're going to do over the next few seasons. I made them both read the episode with the Vanessa and Kate scene and without it. Both told me to leave it in there, so it's in there. I think it works really well. Other updates, I think that's all for now. Other than to be sure to check out Chris's newest episode of Aztec Springs, if you can, episode 13. Ryan makes a guest appearance. I loved writing him with Anthony and Declan. I think Ryan's bad. I like Ryan. Anyway, that's all for now. Later, everybody.